we go. Good thing we know it's working. And Hebrews 13:1-2. Keep on loving one another as brothers and sisters. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing so, some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. I wonder why I read that one. So I was asked by a number of people involved to keep this simple, so I'm going to honor that, but I also wanted to go for something short and meaningful. Two sisters, first Agnes, then Annette, graced this welcome area for many years with the most loving and caring smile, hello, and hugs that many of us remember. I personally did not have the privilege of knowing Agnes, but in the time that Annette was here, welcoming every Sunday was the staple. And I can't tell you how many visitors told me when they came in here that they immediately felt at home, or as it were, that they had entered Granny's house.
Becca's coming in.
Oh, thank you.
Out there.
Her daughter. He's her daughter.
This is Annette's daughter, Becca.
We're all
Hello. So I was just talking about the hugs. And Annette and Agnes in this welcome area. And so Agnes Smith died May 22nd, 2014. Annette died November 17th, 2021. So when money was given to honor both of them, it didn't take us long to realize that it should be something that enhances our narthex and welcome area. Funds for this new station were provided by CC and Pat Farmer, who I believe is online with us, CC being the youngest and only living brother of Agnes and Annette, and also Pete and Nancy Widows, Nancy being the daughter of Agnes.
They're online too.
We thank them, they're online too, thank you. We thank them very much for their generosity and wanting to provide a tangible way for us to remember these beloved sisters. And we have to recognize and thank Rick and Erica for obtaining and assembling the station. It was a wonderful craftsmanship on their part. And so we had a coffee station for some time, but it needed an upgrade. And an attractive, stocked and ready station, in my mind, says we've been anticipating your arrival and you are welcome here. And so that's pretty cool to be able to do. I did want to do just a short time to allow a couple of people, if you want, to share a minute or less reflection of anything you remember about being welcomed into this space by Annette or Agnes. So I'll just do a quick open mic time. Maybe a few of you might want to share.
I can do it.
Okay.
We came to Texas to hear. We went to 5 different churches trying to find a church. And we came here, and that Annette took our little 2-year-old Aaron, who was a piece of work, up in the Sunday school, up in the top by himself, I don't know, or maybe, and just gave him a hug, just gave him, and dealt with this child. And we went to other churches, and we thought, oh, these churches are really, really nice, and they have nice Sunday school teachers for adults, but adults took the important thing. The important thing was this person loved my son and accepted him the way he was. And so we ended up here. And so that influenced me. And I have to also speak for Agnes because she, through the years, there were some tough times in our life financially and Christmas time, several times I had not been necessarily for maybe the 4 or 5 kids I had at that time. And somehow she'd sneak a little envelope into my bag, right, maybe even Christmas Eve. And I still had time to go to camp. Yes. It was always perfect timing. We never asked, but she just, and it was just enough to be able to, put things on the Christmas tree. So.
Thank you, Kathy. And then while I go get something I forgot, Cynthia, go ahead.
All right, so mine is also a short one. So I believe the reason why my family are currently members of Calvary is because Agnes returned a phone call. And we had wanted to do a sunrise service. And we called a number of churches in the Newark area to find out where there might be a sunrise service. Left messages. The only church that called back was Calvary Baptist Church, and it was Agnes on the phone. And she told me, yes, we do a sunrise service, and we came. And that was the beginning of our association with Calvary Baptist Church. And the other thing I have to say is Agnes was the very first member of our church, along with Bertha, that was willing to drive to Wilmington to visit us at our home. And for years, she was the only member of our church, she and Bertha, that came to our home to visit us. So I will see this and think of that always.
Tyler?
So I came here during the week, for some reason, a morning, I was looking for a church. I thought, well, I'll just stop in here, and lo and behold, Agnes was here. And she told me all about it. I told her about Heidi was 4 maybe or 5. And she told me all about the church and everything. And then that Sunday I showed up with Heidi, and sure enough, Agnes was sitting there waiting. And, you know, just the most welcoming presence out of any church I've ever been to.
Yep.
Yes, the very first time I walked in that door 20 years ago, Agnes said, "Good morning, Alonzo, and good morning, Karen." The week before Alonzo came and said, "I'm gonna bring my wife next week," she remembered my name.
Wow.
And she said, "Welcome," with a big hug.
Yep.
And speaking of hugs, I still feel Annette's hug.
Right?
I leave here feeling that hug all day long.
Yes.
It was unbelievable. Both you.
Okay, just one more.
I remember if I would have given that a hug first thing I did when I walked in that door, she would remind me that she's still an athlete and she.
Well, thank you. I know so many of you would have something to say in response to that question. But thank you for indulging me to at least get a few. We will be affixing somewhere to this simple plaque that we got. It says Hospitality Station in loving memory of Annette Farmer Carter and Agnes Farmer Smith, 2023. And so with that, I'd just like to say a quick prayer of blessing on this space and this gift. Would you pray with me? God, thank you for memories of welcome. Thank you for the opportunity to give and practice hospitality. Thank you for these families, for the generosity of some of the surviving members of the family, and for the most blessed gift of memory that is in this room and will now be given a new tangible form. And God, we would pray that this would not just be a station for coffee, water, or snacks, that it would be a visible symbol of our desire and continuing ministry of welcome and hospitality, and seeking to make this place, this sanctuary, this facility that is yours, a place where all feel welcome and loved. So thank you for Agnes and Annette and their witness that stays with us, for this gift, and for all the hands and resources that made it possible. We dedicate our ongoing ministry and this space to you in the name of Christ. Amen. Thank you all so much.